Good morning, friends. It's Miss Deirdre, and I would like, as a terrific, fun STEM project today, teach you how to play a really cool card game called Trash. Now, before we start playing the card game, we're going to be using, first of all, regular playing cards. They come in a box that looks like this. All kinds of different designs on the front and the back. And the back of the card has a design that matches the one on the box. So even though the cards inside have all the same kind of cards inside, the back of them is different. This is the back of one set of cards. This is the back of another. The design is a little different. And all of the playing cards have slightly different designs on them. But we're only going to be playing with one set. So first of all, it's important to know that when you open a pack of playing cards, there is a card called a joker inside. The joker looks different depending on which pack of playing cards you're looking at. So for this pack of playing cards, the one with this design on the back, the joker has a funny hat, and he has looks like a magic Aladdin's lamp, and silly shoes. And a joker was a job in a king's court, where his job was to make, during celebrations, he had to make everybody laugh. He was good at singing, he was good at music. It was kind of a cool job, although it did come with problems, because if you didn't make people laugh enough, and the king wasn't too happy, he could give you a much worse job than that. So the jokers in different packs are going to look different, but they all have the word joker written on them. And no number, no other shape on them but the character. Now, when we come to the rest of the playing cards, we have cards that number from 1 through 10. There is no number 1, but instead of a 1, we have a card we call an ace. If somebody says you're an ace at something, it means you're number 1, you're really good at it. So the important thing to remember is that there are 4 different shapes on these playing cards, and every shape has numbers 1 through 10 and 3 what they call royal cards. We have a jack, who was a lower, more ordinary person in the king's court. We had the queen and we have the king. The king is on top when it comes to who's important, of course, then the queen, then the jack, then we have the numbers A or 1 through 10. So let's look at the 4 suits that we have. This is a king, K for king. And he has this suit that's black. There are 2 black suits and 2 red suits. The black shape here looks like a 3-leaf clover. It's called a club. This is another king. See how the 2 kings look slightly different? They have different outfits on, their crowns are different, their facial expressions, their hairstyle is slightly different. But this one it looks like a funny black tree, and that's called a spade. So this is the king of spades. Here, we all know that shape, that's diamonds. This is the king of diamonds, K for king, and this is the king of hearts. Hearts, diamonds, spades, clubs. So let's take the clubs. Let's look at the queen. Here's the queen. There she is. She's wearing a veil and a different outfit. And here is our jack. Also, his hairstyle is different, and he also wears a different outfit. But he has a J for jack. Queen has a Q for queen. And the king has a K for king. When it comes to the numbered cards, let's just look at diamonds. We have an ace, that's 1. We have 1 diamond sitting in the middle of the card. that is the diamond that we count. We don't count the little diamonds underneath the number. We only count the big one in the middle. Okay, how about this number? That's the number 2. There's the number 2, and we're going to count these 2 diamonds. 1, 2. Here's the number 3. We have 1, 2, 3 diamonds. The number 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 diamonds. The number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamonds. And all the way up through 10. Today we're going to only be focusing on the numbers 1 through 5. So we need to know how to recognize those numbers. It's not so important to recognize all the other numbers and what we call the royal cards, the Jack, the Queen, and the King. But when you start playing this game, you'll soon start to recognize all the numbers and the chord cards very easily. So I'm going to take the set of cards that I have down here. This set has this back to them with a little rosette in the middle. And I'm going to move all the other cards out of the way. I'm also going to get rid of the jokers temporarily. We don't use jokers in the game that we're playing now. There are many games where you can use a joker, but today we're not going to use our jokers. We're just going to put them away over here. So we have a pile of cards. There are 13 cards of each suit. So that's 52 cards in all. The most important thing you can do with your cards before you play any game is shuffle them. You're going to make sure that the order is all mixed up. Otherwise, you can predict, you'll know which is the next card in the pile, if it's that kind of a game you're playing, which is then it becomes no fun. So I am going to set out a playing space for myself right here in front of me. And I'm playing against my friend Panda. And it's very nice to have Panda used since my daughter left him at home and somehow won't let me donate him anywhere. He has to stay taking up space, but here I can make him look very useful. So I'm going to take 5 cards and I'm going to lay the 5 cards down starting at the left. Now it's important to know left from right here, so if you're having any issues with that, it's a good idea to put a sticker on the back of each hand. Actually, you only have to put it on the back of one hand, either the left or the right. So if you're getting confused about which side is which, just look down at your hand and you'll be able to figure it out. So this is my left hand. See the number, see the letter L, if I make that shape. I'm going to take a card off the top of the pile and I'm going to lay it down on where my left hand is. Then I'm going to put 4 other cards to the right of that. Face down, face down. We don't want to see what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. And now I'm going to let Panda have 5 cards. So Panda over here has 1, starting on Panda's left, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other cards we keep in the middle of the table on a pile, and we're going to take from that pile one by one. Now the object of the game is to have 5 cards in front of you. Starting at the left, we have 1. Then this one should be a 2, this one should be a 3, this one should be a 4, this one should be a 5. And I'll show you how you can substitute the correct cards in here. We have to start at the left. That's how we read numbers. We're starting at the left, has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And over here with Panda, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here you're learning number order. All right, I'm going to go first. I'm going to take one card off the top of the pile, and I'm going to turn it over so I see what's underneath. Anybody know what that number is? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I use that card? Yes, I can. Oh, just as an aside, it does not matter what the suit of the card is. We're only focusing on the number. This card game does not focus on the suit. Okay, 5. Okay, now I need a 5. And I need a 5 to go where the 5th card in my row is. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to take the number 5 I turned up, and I'm going to put it where that 5 card was in my pile. Now, with the card I took away, I'm going to look at that one and see what number it is. That card is an 8. The most important thing I have to know is that I don't want that card because it's greater than 5. I don't want any numbers that are more than 5 right now because I'm only working with numbers 1 through 5. So I'm going to put it down and I'm going to say trash. When I say trash, that means that Panda can look at the card that I trashed and decide whether or not he wants to use it. Does he want to use it? He's thinking no, because it's bigger than 5. So now Panda is going to reach over and take one of these cards and he's going to look at it. Oh, look at that. That's also an 8. He doesn't need it, so he's going to say trash, put the card down. Now it's back to my turn. I'm taking one more card here. I'm turning it over. That card is a 7. That's greater than 5. I can't use that. I'm going to say trash. Panda Bear can't use it either because it's greater than 5. He's going to take the next card. And here we have another 8. He's going to say trash. Now it's my turn again. I take a card. At a jack. I definitely can't use that. That's a court card. I'm going to say trash. Now Panda's taking one. He's got a 10. And he's going to say trash. My turn. Oh, look, I'm lucky. I have the number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can use a 4, and I put it in where the 4 should be. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll slide my card that's in the 4 place out. Put the 4 in. What was the card that I flipped out here? Let me turn it over. A 3. It's my lucky day because you know what? I can use that 3. I can put the 3 where my 3rd place card is. 1, 2, 3. Slide that one out. Put the 3 in. Now let's look at the number that that's another 3. I can't use that because I already have a 3. So I'm going to put it down and say trash. Panda, if he's paying attention, is going to look at that card and say, wait, I can use that card. I don't have anything in my 3 place. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to slide that card out and put the 3 here. Let me turn over the card I slid out. Let's see what that is. Oh, my goodness, that's a 4. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can use that. Let me slide that card in. Flip this one over. And that is the number 7. Bigger than 5. We can't use it. Panda says trash. Now it's my turn again. Let me turn over the number. Oh, a 7. I can't use it. Trash. Panda's turn. 6. Just one more than 5, but can't use it. Trash. My turn. Ooh, what's that number? 2. Okay, I can use a 2. Look, 1, 2. Slide it out, slip that in. Let's turn this one over. Let's see what I have. Up, I have another 3. I can't use that because I already have a 3. I put it on my trash pile and say trash. Panda can't use it either. He already has a 3, so we can't use that card. If we had 4 people playing, which is the most we can have playing, somebody else, if they were next, could pick that card up, but we can't use it. Okay. Now, the number 6, trash. Okay, Panda, your turn. Number 8, trash. Number 5. I can't use that, but my cat wants to play. My Panda can use it. Let's slide that card out of the way. Let's see what card this is. Oh, that's the number 9. That's not good. So that's trash. My turn. Now, aha, A. Remember, that's the 1. I am going to slide that card out in the number 1 place and put down the 1 and say trash. But guess what? I have 1. I have 1. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of my cards are in the right number order. Panda didn't win this time, but let's just see. He can actually take, if we were trying to finish the game, the 2 out. Let's just play a little longer so we can see. Up, another 2. It won't work. Let's see. A jack. Nope. Trash. This is only Panda playing now. 10, trash. We're looking for a 1 for Panda. Queen, trash. 9, trash. Queen, trash. 10, trash. 4, trash. Aha! Finally, here we have the number 1. Let's slide out this card, put the 1 in, and now both Panda and I have all our cards in the right order. Panda has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was so much fun. As you recognize more numbers, you can increase the number of cards that you put in your row until eventually, when you know all of the cards, you can put the entire set out, 13 cards. Now, how are you going to do that if you have the court cards? If you have the jack and the queen and the king? Well, we're going to call the jack an 11 because he's a little bit better than the regular numbers. The queen gets a 12 because she's better than the jack. But the king gets a 13 because he's the big boss. So when you get really good, you can have 13 cards laid out here. And then it becomes even more fun. I hope you enjoyed that card game. Card games are just a lot of fun to play. There are so many different kinds. You can even make up your own. I was glad to have Panda play with me, and I hope to come back soon and play some more card games with you. Have fun with this with your family. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.